It's a beautiful day to garden. So we added 2 new raised beds to the garden and I am going to fill them. First, I usually put down cardboard or paper bags as the first layer before I put anything into the beds. And then I add like a filler layer that usually is um, like chopped small pieces of wood or whatnot. Today, I'm going to add the old chicken coop shaving. Their chicken coop got kind of flooded over the past couple of weeks with the Kona storms and all this rain. So they're due for a shavings change, and so we're super stoked to change it out. I know the girls are stoked that the rain has stopped because they have their loft and their roosting bar, but the rain was kind of a lot and they still wanted to come down and they still got wet. And I had a tarp on their coop up until a few days ago, and when I took it off though, there was 2 huge ass centipedes. So as I'm cleaning this coop out, I'm also on the lookout for centipedes because I'm like, every day that we came out to the coop too, while it was rainy, there was a centipede on the door. Maybe not every day, but it was one too many days for sure. And so we had to open the coop with caution because I think too the ground was just so saturated, there was just nowhere for them to go, so they were looking for higher ground too. So thankfully I did not see any more while I was cleaning the coop. I did see a bunch of cockroaches though, which was gross. I hate cockroaches. I just rake them onto the ground and then the girls will eventually find them. So I think it's a pretty good layer of the shavings, and now to replace what I took. The girls love new shavings. I mean, of course, who wouldn't love a dry, clean home? So now to add the dirt, I buy these 3 cubic feet organic garden soil bags for like $12, and I really like them. They work better though when you mix them with another more airy type of soil because it's so compacted in and sort of like dense. They don't drain very well unless you really get in there and break it up. And so I usually go with a hoe and then with my hands or even a shovel, and it takes some time because it is like, you saw that bag was not that big and it was 3 cubic feet of soil, and so it was very compact and jammed in there. These bags are so heavy, and so the second bag, I thought I was being smart by putting it into the garden bed so that I don't have to lift it back up, and then cut both sides down so I can just pull it apart, kind of like a banana peel, if you pulled apart a banana peel with just 2 peels. But anyways, it did work out way better than just ripping it down one side and trying to pull it out from underneath, because this shit is heavy and very compacted and dense. So there comes the girls always. Anytime there's dirt, they think they're gonna get a worm or a cockroach or something, but that's why it's also important when you get bag soil to get down and also break it up and inspect it with your hands, because you don't want like an invasive creeper like a rhino beetle larvae, or I don't know why I said creeper, but a garden pest that you don't want. So make sure you inspect your soils that you get. Make sure there's no unwanted guests. You can see the girls notice that they have no shavings, so they're like, yay! I'm sure they're very happy that the rain has stopped. So I'm pretty happy. It pretty much filled the garden beds. The girls are pretty happy that they have new shavings and finding all the buggies that were hiding under the old shavings. So here's the 707, just gonna top it off with that and kind of mix it around a little bit with the other soil. And then later on, I am going to plant the zucchini and the squash that I have. I think it's spaghetti squash. And I think a summer squash. I think those are the only three things: spaghetti, summer, and zucchini. But yeah, I'm gonna plant those and possibly other things. I don't know yet, but take a look at my my beefsteak tomato plant. I really hope it gives me beefsteak tomatoes. I'm really trying to focus on fertilizing them and getting some nice big beefsteak tomatoes. So that's it for now. I may do another video to show what I eventually plant in here. Maybe even an updated garden video. We'll see. Until then, ahui ho.